Hello Hamilton. So we're here at Hess Street and today we're going to be signing up a bunch of businesses for Lucilla. Essentially this is one of the best streets that has the most vibrant bars, places to eat, and I think it's a great start for doing like our first 100 businesses. I want to connect all of Hamilton with the agent that we have so that they can get more customers and everybody can know what they're offering. So I ended up doing a little run first, scouting out the area, and I went in and talked to a lot of the owners, and a lot of the time, I think just because it's Friday, many of them aren't there, so I had to leave a business card and I had to maybe reach out through their DMs on Instagram, but a lot of the people were very nice and they were going to pass on the information, so that was a fun thing to learn. But yeah, here you can take a look. You basically got a set of businesses on the left side here on this alley. On the right side over here, you got your parking. The famous like arch for Hess. You got Gown and Gavel and a bunch of cool spots over to the end there. So yeah, we ended up starting out around the alleyway here. There's a lot of cool like nail salon spots and like some food spots like Amigos. This lady Maria, she told me here she does like nails. They have gelatos and like do like nails in a drink. So that was pretty cool. I think this place is open on the week. Some of the bars are open on the weekend. You got to go at or they're starting to open at around 5 o'clock or so. So that was kind of a good thing to pick up this time, but definitely gonna come back around. Yeah, Amici looks like really cool over there. I went in, and the owner Maria was really cool. And basically, yeah, so a lot of them were pretty interested, very nice, and I got to get them all onboarded for the first 100 businesses so that people in Hamilton can have a good like network of what's going on and get the best deals and promotions. Yeah, looks like Amigos there, a lot of people kind of hanging out. And there was a cool pub here just around the corner. Apparently she has about 11 other businesses around there, so it's kind of cool. I gotta really get in touch with that. And there was around the corner, there was like a tattoo shop, and so that'd be awesome to get set up as well. There's another tattoo shop by the front side, but I don't know, I went in there and there ended up being basically some like doors closed with like locks on them, so it's kind of sketchy. But yeah, so hey, how's it going, sir? Good day. Yeah, so usually around the nighttime here, and especially when the students are starting to come back, I think it's going to get busy. And over the last few years, I think after COVID, it really changed. If you talk to people in Niagara as well, near the casino area, it doesn't feel quite as heavy and busy as usual. But I hope that kind of comes back. I don't know if it's just been a rough time or construction or whatnot. But let's see here, things kind of change. Like I think a lot of cool new spots opened up. Some sadly closed down. I think there used to be like a game arcade kind of spot here in the corner. And another fun weird thing was tons of cannabis shops over here. Vape and cannabis everywhere. I don't know, I guess many of them closed down, or there's just like 100 in every corner. So that's kind of interesting, but yeah, I wanted to sign them up too. I think that'd be a great hit on those businesses. But unfortunately, the laws don't let you kind of elicitate, or I forgot the word, when you kind of offer some sort of pay to get a customer to come buy cannabis or cigarettes or alcohol. So I thought that would have been a super seller, because you know, you give someone $5 or $10 every buy, and a cannabis shop sells $40 to $60 each visit. That would have crushed just like the market, you know, especially there's so many of them. Whoever had it would have really done well. There's another cannabis shop over there, Giggles or something, and I think we just passed by one as well. And yeah, so I hope to get the first 100 set up. I think even splitting around the city, if I go over Hess Village, then Westdale, the Barton area in Cannon by the stadium, maybe up the hill, we got George Street and James, and by the GO station. If I get 15 businesses on each spot, I could probably get to 100. Maybe it takes over a month or two, but that'd be a great start. It'd be awesome by the end of the year to have 500 to 1,000 set up. And I really just gotta focus on Hamilton. It's gonna be too hard to go to different cities and try to really dedicate my time with the owners. So this will be a great way to prove, especially with the university year coming back and the college kids. So let's see how that ends up going. And yeah, I guess everybody was really nice, and you learn a little bit. One mistake I did earlier today was I ended up hitting the shawarma spot, and they were like the busiest. It was like 1:30 p.m. and I think the owner was a little bit stressed there, so kind of felt like it was a hard sell. And I still gotta go through a couple more spots here. Like got a really cool cafe here, Cello, and then there's some med spa and stuff. And I hit up a couple spots around the King Street corner here, so they were really cool. It's like you got like niche stuff. There's like some leather, like restoration guy. You got a Mexican spot, and got like a Turkish place down there. Another bake shop, of course. Cannabis. There's literally like 5 or 10. I swear, there's so many cannabis. I don't know how they make money. I really don't understand. And yeah, so what else? Oh, there was a cool Pilates spot. I really wanted to get them signed up, but I kind of forgot to. I don't know. I think I did a good pitch, and most of the time I get really good feedback, or people think it's pretty cool or awesome, but I don't know. She just said not at this time, not trying to sign up at this time. I was like, and I didn't really follow up. I think a good do maybe when like trying to approach a business, like just have a better like follow up through any like concerns or any like pushback they get. I think like I want to make it as easy as possible for anybody to set up. I love the fact that all you gotta do really is text the agent, it's your services or your products, and you can get started essentially. Like you know, you want to know what you want people to know what you're selling, and then you let them know your website, your address, the name of the business, and then when anyone looks for it, they could just find it. And the idea is to have like the pull-in that you can offer your customers, so that way you get to know them better, you know what they're looking for, what their pain points are, and you get to keep repeat customers coming back. You need to be able to have some sort of way to pull them in, to stay in touch with them. I know currently you have your traditional Google and like your social media pages, which is great. I really think this channel for just having text to like have to manage their business, like their foot traffic, it could be a really good intelligence layer for them to take advantage of. And having just by text sending a promotion, like if you know someone's looking for a specific price, or they think your spot is like there's a better spot, you can really get that feedback and then like just work on something to tailor them next time. I went to this barbershop. The guys are pretty cool. I think the services are really interesting. I think if I can get people to list their services and then send images as well, it could really show when people are searching for something, have like a good set of like 4 to 5 businesses nearby to them, and you could have like essentially show the reviews, the images, and that like promotion. So whoever has the best hook, I think could really get a good grip of the market. And I think also businesses that might have not been like, there's a lot of cool spots I noticed actually just coming around since so many places closed down that have opened up. Looks really good. Like looks like some Afro Heat Safari Lounge, and some of the food looks crazy. I tried to go in, I think the door's locked or something, but I gotta come back and get them set up. But what I was gonna say, deja vu over there. I don't know what they're, a vape shop. I already talked about this. So yeah, let's stay focused. I ran out of business cards, but I gotta come back and hit up probably half of the spots that I missed and go from there. But I really do want to get as many as I can over at the Hess like strip here, because I think it's like one of the most lively like streets downtown, and it's really getting revamped. Some new stores are coming up. There's like the apartments for the students, so we want it to get really busy. And oh yeah, so I think there's so many spots that open up or that are new that you just never went to. So like if the agent's able to tell people about it, it might actually pull you in. I think it's interesting how we tend to go to the same places repeatedly, but you don't try too many things too often that are new. So let's see how like playing around with like tailoring rewards or promotions can really help drive.
Hey man, so here in Gage Park and just walking through the week and enjoying the nice day here at the end of the summer and thinking about kind of the next steps. We ended up having an interesting week into Tuesday and last weekend, and going to like a bunch of businesses downtown near Hess, and it was actually really productive, getting some good feedback on like onboarding. I think something that I have to do that'll be really good is to follow up very fast and make sure like if the business owner is there to try to onboard them myself right away. So I had to make some updates to the agent because I realized that I think the value for when someone ends up posting a business or listing it would be to always make sure they have some kind of promotion on, and that way anybody looking could have a lot of like value from something that's essentially exclusive to them and close by. So I think I'm gonna have to also like work on making sure that the listing is properly done, so there's no weird odd cases or slang doesn't like get in the way with like weird asks, because you can obviously name like a restaurant or a bar like a Flying Monkey or something, and you don't want to confuse the agent that that's what it literally means. So basically it was good to get a couple customers like going through that so that I could like really work through with the connector that way. And yeah, just making sure you get all the cities right, their website, to get their menus or any photos they upload, make sure they list well. So I think it's coming along really well, and I'm gonna have to probably spend some time basically either I'm pretty much like either onboarding businesses. Like I guess the goal would be really well to maybe get about 100 set up and really focus on the city area, like Hamilton is just like closer to me. And then I really want to start like working on the step challenge angle. I think I can really push it. Just the fact that it's like a paid, essentially PvP kind of like a social app, I think could be really fun, and then people could make money from it. I think is a very compelling like offer. It just makes it more competitive, and I think making a lot of short form content and posting it essentially like consistently would really help. I don't want to confuse the algorithm too much, but I might be able to do that while I get those 100 businesses set up, and then like really hone in on like universities, colleges, or kind of like bigger crowds near stadiums. So we'll see about maybe like starting to do that consistently. I also like been seeing a lot of tools where you could try to like do like multiple short form content, and like kind of it helps you like automate posting. But I hear from some forums that there's some pushback on that, and sometimes it can get your account banned. So it might not be good to like try to use like generated like AI, like just like kind of like fast slop content that just like doesn't really feel so personalized. So I might have to do that myself, but definitely is a bit of a challenge doing everything for sure. And like, especially doing your day-to-day things, working a little bit, making sure like everything from the dev work is done, admin work, any answers to emails. Trying, honestly, like a big lesson these last couple months, I really got to say no to a lot of things. I just got to say no. There's not enough time in the world to really do something like this, and like you have to focus and push because you are competing with other people that are working with teams or more funded. So that's got to be a really good like hard ground to really stick to. And yeah, I think like sometimes I just say yes to everything. I just want to help and please everybody. But I think part of like really like doing a good job managing is just prioritizing, and it's just like really coming along to my head like the last couple months. And you will burn out otherwise as well, which is like something you kind of have to manage. So you just have to know, like first couple months it could be fun doing everything, learning different things, and it always is. But you have to pick and choose what you have to do, and like really prioritize it. You can only give your best effort to people when you're like fresh, rested up, focused, and you have to do stuff with intention. And you really got to get better on those challenges that you're like really attacking at the time, so that you can succeed and like you can move on to the next kind of like task that you have to do. So yeah, like it's gonna be like pretty busy these next couple months. I want to make sure I gotta do a good job with the time I have. I don't have the fullest of time, so I really got to make sure the little bit of time that I can put into some of these things I could like execute well. I think it could really compound. Like the connector stuff, like getting the business set up, it would be nice to multiply myself, get 10 set up just like quickly, just have 100 and get 300 and whatnot. But just like doing it on my own, I gotta make sure I do it right the first time for each like owner, kind of explaining it to them, listing their business properly. A lot of the time they're not at their business when you go and like stop by, so you have to follow up, get in touch with them, maybe come back when they're there, like be flexible on your time. And then I think like incentivizing the challenges for like doing content with that would be something that would be very strong. I just have to really like push through it, and honestly it's probably one of the funnest things and why I started doing my app. I think like I really just got to take advantage of it. I've been seeing some other apps kind of like copy along doing the similar like concept, but I think just like the features and the PvP aspect of it that's wired up is not easy to replicate, and I think that's really incentivizing. So if you have a good group of friends, or like you're already doing like things with your couple or your partner, it could just make it a lot more fun. And so yeah, I want to push this like couples and friends tournament that I want to do. So I want to get 4,000 people signed up, and there's going to be like a prize of basically about $650,000 like spread out. First place gets about 100,000, and then second I think upwards to, I don't know if it was like 60, and then like 40, 30, a bunch of like 25, 20,000 and 15,000 prizes. I think 256 people out of the 4,000 or so basically win money. And after 4 rounds, basically you're playing knockout versus each couple. So it's not like you're playing against every single person all at once. So I think a lot of the apps like that do this. Like there's like StepBet and like others where they like do like groups and stuff. But I think that takes some of the fun out, and you probably could feel incentivized to kind of like give up a little bit easier. So I think knowing that it's just like you just have to beat the next person or the couple in front of you could be a really fun aspect. And basically once you do 4 rounds, you're like guaranteed money. And the first round's gonna be about a week. And then every round after that, we're just gonna do essentially like 3 days. So a day off to like validate the matches. Like I wish you could do this all like real time, like the validation of it, but because there's different wearables like you can connect, it makes it so like some of them you have to wait like a couple minutes. Like I try to do it safe by waiting like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to start like validating and calling the steps. So you have to keep your device close, you have to keep it connected to your phone, you have to, some sync automatically on like server side, but some you just have to like open the phone once to your health app, then the app, so it syncs. So basically once a day, people like should do that when the match time like finishes. So then that way you can get the correct like numbers. I mean, like it's not really hard, it just takes like 20 seconds, but I think it might have a little bit of like learning to do like the first time someone does play. So maybe them doing something with their friend like a couple times could help. And that'll be really good to like get people to like get familiar with. But after you do it once, and because you're probably going to be using it, it should be pretty easy, like straightforward. And yeah, so then, hey guys, so that should be pretty straightforward. And I think so right now you could do like your Apple, Google, your Samsung, Garmin, and Fitbit watches, which like is pretty good to start. There's like other ones I could set up. I think the Amazon one also, which like I found out was pretty interesting. They have like a lot of the market worldwide. But I think in North America, people like mostly use like Apple, and I think like Fitbit and Google have really cool stuff going on and some upgrades. And I personally like Fitbit, and like it could be like very affordable and it does the job well. And yeah, they have like a really good ecosystem with Google. I don't know, I just became a really big fan of Google stuff, just like using a lot of their services, and like they're really cool with like some of the latest products they come out with. So that's been really fun. And yeah, so basically I'm just gonna start doing short form for these like step challenges. I'm gonna try to do one every like other day. Really need to get like some following going, like half the battle is just going to market and being consistent. I think like people give up fairly quickly, so it's just like being consistent and knowing like a little bit at the beginning takes time, but with a strong incentive with like the prize pool and just being able to play with your friends, I think it could be sticky. And it's definitely unique and very rich ecosystem that most of the other like fitness apps don't really have. You can also do something fun with like weight loss. Basically, a lot of apps nowadays, you just like track your stuff on your own. It could be kind of like boring or like isolating. So I thought like if you could do it and then log your workouts, your meals, but also share it. Like if you do it like a social way where you can either make a group or just look at someone's profile and see what they're eating, what they're exercising, it'd be interesting to see that mechanic, like how it would pressure you to like actually like be consistent, logging progress. I think too, if like you see like some bigger like fitness creators or like even like superstars or models, if they were to like track their stuff and like log it, I think people would be interested to see what they're actually doing. And the other thing with like being able to monetize it is really good and unique, something that you don't really see somewhere else. So I think that's going to be a really fun aspect of it. Just getting a hang of this DJI thing here to not fall apart. And oh no. Yeah, for like 5 minutes or not, like 10 minutes, I was looking like an idiot at the bench trying to get it to just balance. But yeah, so okay, so you can monetize what you're actually like journaling, or you could log it for free, which is really cool. So I think if you're already doing content that's like for like fitness, whatnot, that could be a really cool way to incentivize creators to like go on board. So if you have like 1,000 followers that pay $1 a week, that'd be pretty like incentivizing, I think, for like a creator. And it could be more engaging to like share what you're actually doing, so that it could just be a better experience. It could be more like rewarding to show you and to make money directly from your effort. So, and a lot of platforms, I think, like take too much revenue from people. So being able to, I think with Web3, something cool I've done with my app is that I basically try to avoid any payment system that's like traditional, because they take a lot from the fees from transactions. So using Web3, you can kind of get by a lot of the like App Store like hurdles, and you can directly like pay out basically creators to their wallets, whatever like segment of revenue that they're like doing their content with. Like you could do like live streams or like any kind of like subscription, and if you do it through like a wallet, you can literally give a person like 90% of their earnings without taking away like everything from them. You could even do like 100%, right? But it'd be good to have some revenue going on, and you know, you got to help maintain those expenses in the cloud. But yeah, so you can do some really cool stuff with the challenges too. Using Web3 is really cool. I think if I was going to use Stripe, it would just take away a lot of fees from it, and it'd almost be very hard to like orchestrate like the payouts from like multiple teams and people. So having like the smart contract is like a really good edge. I think people aren't really like taking advantage of as much, or there's just maybe not too many examples, because a lot of the apps that you see that are Web3 are like trading or like meme coin stuff, or like a lot of neobanks. But I think real world use stuff is like definitely something that I think there's a lot of opportunity to take advantage of. I think especially in Canada, there's not really like an ecosystem for Web3 here. They're just getting their like stable coin going up, but you can't even really use it anywhere. It's like institutional, and a lot of the job market for like blockchains like dead. Like you see some of the banks have like small teams for digital assets. There's not really many companies like just like really building on the forefront of it. You see a lot of like things going on in Latin America, Asia, US of course, but definitely we got to improve here. And I guess, yeah, you just see like your traditional companies like for payments or like some like digital wallet, you know, which is easy. Everyone can put a digital wallet now on an app. And yeah, just be good to start using it for the real world use cases. And like, it's just so much opportunity you could do, especially with the agents now. And if you like hook them up to some sort of like device, or I guess even with robotics and stuff now, like you're gonna have to use an agent and a Web3 wallet. It's just the most easy way or convenient way to do it. And you don't want companies that are like tools to like really just like work with, because they'll eat out into your company. I think an interesting thing that happened this summer was the whole fuzz about Bridge. But if you really start to look into the product, it might work for some businesses, but I think Stripe or Visa and MasterCard are trying to eat into the whole like ecosystem. But they'll just suck up a lot of the ecosystems, like a lot of the profits from people's companies. And I think they're trying to like keep their webs like tangled into the payment systems. I think their product is very expensive. They have like basically like a fee just to issue a card, so you can pay debit with in places with USDC. They have per transaction fees to get in and out, which is not really as competitive as maybe something like Circle, which is like a fraction of a penny, which is like incredible. And the yield product that they're trying to like come out with is compelling, but I think it like hides under that like transaction ecosystem, where it just like doesn't become as compelling for the company to implement, because there's just like you're paying too much to get in and out, you're paying a lot to onboard, so it doesn't feel so decentralized. It feels like more of a tool. There's a lot of fees that you got to look into these products that I think they might not advertise, and they just might lead with the rewards, like the yield aspect of it. But even then, they take from that. So it's definitely like an interesting trade-off, and it might really depend on what you're doing. So if you were going to build something with them, look into it and be careful. And even I think costs for like compliance and like a lot of like know your customer laws or like money laundering, they kind of like put onto you. So it might only be worth it for like a bigger company or someone that has a ton of customers and is making a lot of revenue from them already. And so yeah, so let's see this next couple weeks. Gotta get those businesses onboarded, and make sure just keep refining that agent, the connector really well, so it could be like really easy onboarding and setup. I think, yeah, so the listings have to be good. I think people have to, of course, put their business name, their website, their address, their hours. Always put a promotion. It helps if you put a category, and if you do like something like you declare that you're like a mobile business in person, or you're like casual dining or premium dine-in, like, so that it helps the agent upsell you as well. And if you communicate your pain points or things that you're like looking for, and another business has something that like offers that, I think that's where the value like over time will be. I think it's a really, Lucilla is a really interesting business because you don't have an agent embedded into a middle or small size in-person store or company. So I think connecting them and the whole city could be a very compelling story, and giving that layer not just to like searchability and finding you maybe on like Google is like something like that's like an additional layer of data that we can get. Knowing what people are asking, knowing where they're going, what rewards work, what promotions work. I think that's just like a really deep data of and value for like a future opportunity where like agents connecting cities and businesses. So it's like a really interesting way to combine the whole like data layer of it, and just like keeping track of your customers, being able to re-engage with them, knowing why they're coming, getting feedback directly, keeping that data for yourself so you can reuse it and understand. Many small or medium-sized businesses don't really have the time, or it just might be hard for them to really get deeper into this layer of things. So having the agent and the data do it would be like so invaluable for them. Like if Shopify is charging you $30 for just selling a store online, just like if you replicate something like this and drive real customers to people with results, I could think it'd be really, really valuable, compelling proposition for a business owner. And being free to list and start, I think is just something that should make it easier for per person to onboard. And over time, with like a bigger engagement account and having enough businesses onboarded, it'd just be very compelling for a customer to like go out and message to see what's around and like really get out there. So the job is to work on the demand side by getting more people and supply the city with businesses. So if I could get Hamilton really going, definitely Toronto and Kitchener would be really interesting to go out after, and some of the other hot areas around like the GTA, like you got your Oakville, Mississauga, or I think Niagara would be a fun one too. Like you got the casino around there. I think they would do a lot of cash rewards, and the businesses around are unique and a lot of them are personally owned, so they complement well each other. And yeah, the other thing with the agent is that it's nice to try to like connect like all kinds of businesses, so it's not just like a, you know, restaurants kind of like a process just to connect restaurants. Like this could really work well with like different businesses, and the app's got, I think, the most rich ecosystem for like rewards, where you can do like on-demand rewards, or you can do cashback rewards with Web3, which is like really, really cool. So you can really like explore and see what works for you. And it just like allows that like all kinds of business to be able to like try to take advantage. Like I think like a dealership might pay you like $20 to go check out and test drive a car, knowing that after a certain amount of customers go and test it, there's a percentage that will actually buy. So if they're gonna convert like thousands of dollars on the vehicle, it could be worth for them to pay you like cash back to go see it, and you actually stop by, and like maybe it gives them an advantage rather than another business that doesn't have it. Something like the like a gym as well. Like if you're gonna pay a person $15 or $20 to go sign up, or to get like that yearly membership, essentially, like you're getting like your bang for your buck out by having that customer long term. I think once you join a specific gym, you're fairly sticky to that location, and it's also something that is going to benefit the customer, like to be able to get in with a place that they're going to go often and get started. So the gyms would be an interesting one. I wonder if like with trainers, like if they do groups with monetizing the like tracking of your health angle, also would be sticky. I think I got a lot of like customers I can attack. So I gotta really focus, try to do well on the listings. I think over time people could like really discover what they could do there, and whatever makes it fun for them to try and use, I think could be a good information to like what to hone on to. But yeah, I definitely think getting those listed businesses and playing the angle of the tournaments could be very good. I think the reward price is just massive, so it's just something that I think could be really incentivizing. And I think just winning 4 times could get you like money is like not that bad. And yeah, like I was thinking about doing like smaller pools or larger pools of people, but I don't know, something about 4,000 felt like the sweet spot. It's like very large and a lot of people win. If I did like 100 people or 500, it'd be okay, but maybe the reward wouldn't feel as big. Like you could, if it would feel maybe as if you just played player versus player with them, or like it would probably be around the same. Or like you could always do that as well without the tournaments. So, all right, don't eat the people there. No. But so yeah, and I hope that if you get a good group of friends playing, like if you're wherever you are, it could be like a very boring job that you might not like. It could be something that distracts you and makes it fun regardless of where you are. Being distant from people or like living across the continent is something that I hope doesn't stop you from doing something like this. And I really do hope it increases your step count, gets you more active, and makes you go out more, do things that are fun, discover new places, and try something new. And yeah, let's see these next couple years. I think people aren't looking as much into the consumer side of things, and I know it's challenging, but there might be a lot of opportunity because of that. Definitely, like, I think with a lot of businesses listed, you could eventually hit like the enterprise customers. It's just you kind of gotta prove it and get everybody on board that they almost like can't ignore. I think that's like the way you earn yourself to like getting a big sale with enterprise. Kind of did want to approach the super PACs in the US, like a lot of them ignore when I message them. A lot of these guys, like they get hired from VCs, they fund all these campaigns and super PACs, and they don't really get results. Like many of them lose. They spend millions of dollars, like hundreds and actually billions, like over the campaign, and they don't really have any guarantee that anything will work. Most of the money, if you track it, goes to traditional media. So like TV or field teams or just like Facebook ads and things like that. But I thought using the reward mechanism where you could drop money into like locations could be somewhere like you can almost like guarantee a win. Like how could you not go into a battleground, just like drop a bunch of money into those businesses or the areas, literally telling people to wake up and then having a promotion they could claim to their wallet. Like money would be like very hard to say no to. They could put like a video requirement to watch, or they could put like a poll to get more information on what's going on, rather than just like throwing money at like a TV campaign that most people don't even watch nowadays. Like, so like sometimes it feels like these guys just got like a lazy job during their campaign process, and just like I think they could get creative, and whoever really gets on this first could push like I think their races. But let's see over maybe the in 2 years, let's see if I can get enough credibility to get maybe the presidential campaign, really like do a couple pilots with some of these super PACs. And it would have been nice for the midterms, but I don't know, I'd have to work them, and maybe just having a connection from like a VC that like invests in these super PACs, I think they would be very interested. There's no reason why, like if you show them the statistics of how they're losing in some states, they're not really like doing maybe like they're not changing their strategies. Like there's something that maybe could change or they could do different so that they could try to win. But I don't know. I think it takes some creativity and like some confidence to bet on something that maybe is like newer. So you just kind of probably have to prove that out, and let's see. there's a lot of creators that do content and giveaways. Like giveaways are very psychologically like powerful, and you can always farm engagement that way, like making people do comments or shares, and you can see a lot of examples of people growing accounts over time doing that. So in my mind, I don't think that it doesn't work, and it would be hard to sell, like saying no to someone giving you free money. Like if you just, you know, take a minute of your time to like watch a campaign or like to claim a reward, it'd be hard and almost kind of weird if someone said no. And yeah, so all right, come on. So it would be weird if they said no to free money, and it'd be, I think, almost harder to sell anything else than that. They have these super PACs have these big field teams where they like take a contractor, they pay them out in different states, right? They pay teams of hundreds of people that go door to door. They waste their whole day, and they might get one guy who they might convince, like maybe out of pure like just feeling bad, to like sway them to maybe take a look at whatever there is that they're like pushing. So I mean, like, you can cut all that cost out just dropping money into their neighborhood and just let everybody know, or like supporting a business with that money to actually help like the area, or like actually do something good with it to get them customers. Like they would tell others, people would tell everybody, and it would just like be a pretty viral thing. So instead of throwing money at these media companies, it'd be better to throw it at the people directly, literally. And yeah, so these field teams wouldn't have to go door to door or waste their time. It's like a massive burden, massive cost. Like it's not worth the economics of it. Like you're paying someone the whole day, and they might get 1 or 2 people out of a battleground where they might need 20 or 40,000 people to win. It just seems almost pretty stupid to go and door to door, and just like miscommunication up and down from the people like managing the funds. And I don't know, sometimes you see these guys like they'll engage with people that have like a higher status or reputation, and it's like kind of like makes me question if they really kind of are meant for the job, or if they care about getting results. Like what's their experience got to show from them to be able to like actually do the job, get the results, like with the money, the kind of money they're getting to be able to do this and still failing is kind of mind-boggling. So let's see if someone can ever just like maybe give me a warm connection with one of these super PACs so that they respond, or if I gotta just like bug them and just message them endlessly so that they get me 15 minutes so I can show them basically with one person, you know, how much of an impact you could do with your whole like spend. Like you would literally need maybe 2 or 3 people to run this. You just have one person managing the areas, like the campaigns. They do it themselves, of course. Just like talk to one media partner so that they announce it in the area, or just go in person to like 50 businesses and tell them, you know, we're dropping money in your business. Tell every customer. They watch your super PAC message video or whatnot. They claim the money. You know, they spend some of that on the business. They go away happy. They tell others. Like it just seems pretty straightforward how people do the job themselves by sharing it and whatnot. So yeah, anyways, I guess one last thing, maybe in the future, I don't know, like for doing some like with the content, like I sometimes think about doing it in a traditional way, where just try to be like professional about it, but then again I'm trying to do a consumer app or rewards app. So I don't know if like there could be a good hybrid of it, maybe doing some things that are like a little bit more engaging, that could be a little bit more fun, to maybe just have fun with people and not be so dull. You know, sometimes you get a little insecure about doing posts, but maybe just making someone laugh and then having them learn about your product or try it out, it could be a good way for them to share it. I was thinking of doing like a lot of people do like, or I don't know, they used to see newspapers do like the political political like newspaper like columns, and they would do jokes with the politicians. So I was thinking of like, it would be fun to do like a weird piñata and like film the whole process in person, doing like a whole thing about a politician, you know, going down to a crowded area, filling it with something fun, and then maybe dropping money into that area so to get people to come in and hit the piñata and then like record it and stuff. I think it would be pretty fun. I've been really wanting to do it. I think if I had a little bit of extra time, maybe one of these days I will. I also want to get the piñata really well, like done, like make it really funny. So you have to probably express some of the physical features of the politicians to make it just really unique. So let's see if something like that would be fun to do, or yeah, I think there's 100 things you could do. You got to try something, see if it works, and have some fun at it, and try to save their time and energy so that you can get a lot of these things done. And yes, so to see, hopefully soon get some businesses onboarded and maybe do a small raise so that I can get some help and some more time to go all in on this. Definitely a challenge when you're doing it alone. I have people that are very good or interested in helping. I just feel bad because I started off and like built so much into it that it makes it hard for them to come in right now. Feels like it's better for me to push this like hurdle to like do this like this kind of milestone. I think would be good to be able to just bridge being able to raise and kind of show the product well. But I think it could come soon. Just gotta maybe it'd be awesome to just focus all in on this right now and not have any other distractions, and just like every single day going out and getting those businesses. If you get 10 every day, in 2 weeks you can have 100, but definitely a little bit harder than it seems, because you got to close them, you got to make sure you get the owner, and just make sure they onboard, so that way if anybody is looking, they have a reward and a reason for a customer to go and like stop by their business, right? So to me it seems kind of, maybe it's harder than it looks. I got good feedback. People give me very positive reactions to it. Some people are very friendly. There's a lot of these BIA zones. If I can get a hold of the whole group of businesses in an area, it could be, I think, faster. Of course, right now starting out, like, you know, they'll be the first businesses, but again, the power of having 100 could be very compelling rather than having just a few. So it'd be easy to tell a customer after, hey, we got this super rewards app, just literally text something that you're looking for and we'll keep an eye and try to find it. Once it's there, it'll connect you with a special promotion and they'll get you to share and go and stop by and just be like great, you know, for business, for people, it's just like be pretty good like impact. And all right, so I'm gonna make these vlogs kind of, I'll try once a week or so. This is good coming to the park here. It's like my good, my little like hour of like stress relief, and kind of keep a little bit of an update. And in the other platforms, I might just do the short videos to try to really push the challenges. So, oh man, this was 37 minutes. I did my Hess video like earlier this week, which was probably about 15-20 minutes, so I might do like about an hour video here. But if you want to follow along or just look back, it'd be pretty interesting to see what comes over the next month. All right, thanks for watching, and I'm maybe not going to edit them too much just because it just saves time, and we'll try to like get better at the short form stuff and be consistent with that. So let's see. All right, talk soon. Thank you. Take care.